days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
It's your main man, Mr. Malik.
It's Shari with the Z.
And we about to ease on in this thing, baby. Hey.
Bro, wait.
Where that come from? Hey. I just did what my friend did.
Wait a minute. Y'all, we was...
Y'all, they look so shook. You should have seen Dre's face. And I about threw my throat up trying to follow along.
Listen, she told me she was going to do that stupid crap. But I really did not believe her. Because we was watching a movie called House Bunny. And she said that's how she remember people's name. That's what she said. It was a little comedy movie. Bro, I didn't think she was really going to do that crap today. Like, I did not. She need help.
It's Shari with the Z.
Hey, Shari.
Now you want to tell people your name.
Hey.
So today's topic, you guys, is wait a minute.
Because somebody didn't introduce themselves.
Somebody didn't even introduce themselves.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
After that, it's Shari with the Z.
I just found out that I was supposed to be sitting in this chair probably like 7
30
minutes
seconds
ago.
before the button said record.
Yeah, so I'm just here for the show.
But go on, tell the good people who you are.
Oh, I'm B Marie, y'all. How y'all doing? B Marie.
Tell them.
B Marie.
Tell them how you are a part of Mentally Gifted.
Well, we are the videography team, and it's like we're more than just a videography team because, I actually kind of love these people, I like talking to them through the daytime and stuff, and we talk about building and growing and
praying together.
Yes, we pray together.
So she calls us in the morning with
All
a good prayer.
stuff.
You hear me?
Yeah,
I love that.
That's all of that stuff.
Yes. So today's topic, if you guys do not know, today's topic is why do we want to be children again when we have so many traumas from our childhood? That is our topic. And
But I like the subtopic though.
the subtopic is adulting is so ghetto. We all say it when it's time to pay a bill.
Especially when the bill's on auto pay. You just look at adulting is so ghetto. Why I had to just pay this right now?
Well, I be sick. I hate checking my mailbox. I just go straight to the kitchen. I don't even think about outside the house when it's.
No, you
the
can't.
First of the month.
What?
Hey.
When it's the first of the month, well, we in positions to where we don't want to be in a position because we want to be entrepreneurs. Correct. But now we are in a position to where we are stable, to Correct. Where we can mingle and move around and do what we need to do now
And enjoy life.
Life. But at first we were those ones that adulting is so ghetto when it's
because we was mismanaging.
bills.
We was mismanaging money. That's all. You've been mismanaged things. Things happen, and then adulting becomes ghetto. Because you didn't take care of responsibility. But it's okay.
So the reason why this conversation came up today is going to be totally different. It is going to be just conversational. It's not going to be asking questions and all that stuff like that. It is going to be conversational today. Mm-hmm. We're going to jump into mental deep dive today.
Childhood.
Because y'all know what this month is, right? It is Mental Awareness Month. And why not start with childhood?
Because that's where it starts.
I think the issue is that we didn't get to live the full potential of childhood. Like we had like a good little snippet, and we seen what it could be. That's why, like now as adults, a lot of adults be getting, fun with it. Adult toys, having whole playrooms. You feel me?
Where that come from?
Where did you go? Where did you go?
I'm just saying.
Come back.
This the full potential of the childhood.
Okay.
Like it's all everything.
Because
all of that
sheltered.
stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff matters because we were so sheltered. So like when we like Dre, when you mentioned like mismanaging money and stuff like that, you know, when you think about it, McDonald's back in the day was like $2 for like a double cheeseburger. You know, back
No,
then.
it was
Did
it
y'all
was
know
99
McDonald's
cents.
was stolen from the original
It was 99.
people?
No, it was 99 cents. Ain't no $2. It was
for the meal,
It was 99 cents at a lot of
like the
places.
whole
It was
meal.
99 cents.
With the,
But you would go get
it was cheap.
you would go get 2 burgers before you get the meal because 99 cents.
We
Basically-
wasn't taught how to manage money.
Basically,
At all.
they didn't have McDonald's money,
Right.
and so now we got McDonald's money, and so it's a different value to it when you're adulting is ghetto versus, you know, we got it together, and now you trying to flow down a different valley.
Right,
You know?
right.
I feel you.
So let's dive into our childhood.
What you say, Brittany? What you finna say?
Yeah.
Now it's just adulting it's hard because you start to realize life really. Because when people died back in the day, we was just running around, you know,
Right.
oh, it's a party.
Yeah.
Right.
But now you be like, how old were they?
Right.
What, they was just 37? It's like, I'm 30. I'm about to be 37. You know, like, how they died. Like, you start wanting to know everything.
You really
about
want
it.
to know.
Yeah, it was like, oh my
it's
God, I
affecting
gotta
you.
take care of myself. You really start to think about what could really happen in a split second when you were a kid, you didn't think about what
Nah,
could happen.
you
in
was
a
just
split
enjoying the moment. 'Cause,
Exactly.
You know, and you was always told to stay in the child's place. So sometimes you didn't even understand either why this person died, who this person was that died, or you just, oh, this is so-and-so, they died. Oh, we got to go to another funeral.
We didn't even know my grandmama was sick.
We
just
get
seen
to go
her
out of
growing
town.
up.
That's how we thought about it.
We didn't know she was sick till she died. You know, it was like, no, I'm so serious. Like, we seen her throwing up, but we didn't understand what was going on
Yeah.
because let the kids play, let them be kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't let them know. But we was like, hey, maybe we would have we still have a mind. Maybe we would have done stuff a little different.
You would have
Right.
maneuvered
If we'd have knew
way
she was
different.
about to die.
If you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have maneuvered way different. You would
But
have
they
spent
just-
more time.
They
You
got to
would've-
give us a chance
You probably
to.
would have helped them more.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
You know?
So, Mr. Malik, let's talk about a little bit about
Ooh, girl.
your childhood. You don't got to
girl.
go deep into it.
Ooh,
Like, you can just tell us, you know, what you want to share with us about your childhood and how it affects you now, or how did it affect you as an adult?
Well, so for those who don't know, I was adopted, but I was adopted within my family. So my uncle, they actually took me in, which I'm very grateful for that. However, I do feel like because choices were made for me, I didn't get the chance to express on what I really wanted, you know. And then when I probably got to of age to where I probably could express myself, the way we were raised, and what they say goes, you know. And it was by the Bible, by the book. It was it was no other way around it. So now I don't. Yes, some of the stuff that that happened, I do take it, and it's like, okay, I can see where I can use this, but some stuff I refuse to use, and some stuff my wife had to open up my eyes to, like, why so harsh? Why be that way? I was like, well, that's how I was raised, and that's the first thing I would go to. Well, that's how I was raised, so I feel like, hey, I turned out all right, but not knowing as she broke it down, certain things she would break down, and we would talk about it, be like, I never really looked at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so now looking at it from my big grown self, I'm like, man, why they did me like that?
Yeah.
Punishment, for instance. I just didn't understand why we had to be on punishment for 30 days. So, in something that you just did for 2 minutes. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it was go to your room. No TV, no nothing, no outside. And then everybody around you get to do everything else. So now he's like, I got to read the Bible. Yeah. That was the punishment. Go read the Bible. So that's how we was raised. It was whatever you did wrong, go find in the Bible where you need to fix it and make it right. Figure out what you did wrong because it's in the Bible. Everything was in the Bible. And after my big grown self, everything ain't in the Bible. So, it just made it hard for me not be able to speak up and actually be me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really start living me until maybe my sophomore year, but I was still hiding it from my family. But I would live it, outside of those walls because, until some things, happened and it happened in the light of the church. Hey, I was me. I'm not gonna change who I am now because y'all want something different. Y'all want a certain life for me, but that's not what I see for myself. Mm-hmm. So it was either be true for myself. My brother was the first person to ever know anything about me because he caught me in his clothes. Yeah. So, but
he had some nice fits.
What? Hey. Say he used to starch them jeans down. You hear me? Hey. When I say starch them down, he'd be in that room with that Stay-Flo. That's when it was Stay-Flo or flour and water. My mama be mad because he be done made a mess. He done made all his starch, but pants be icy, boy.
Needed it.
Say what?
Pants be icy, full of white spots.
Hey, I'm sure trying to envision the flour and water.
But you put it in the hot water, you shake it up. You know what I'm saying? You spread it on them. You let the pants dry. They like say start your Archie. That's the pants walk for you. You take pants take a step, then you take a step. That's how they would start down. But like I said, my brother was the first person to ever know anything about me. You know what I'm saying? As far as that portion goes, but I hid it from my parents for a very, very, very long time. I probably didn't tell my granny maybe until like a family reunion, and I was already graduated. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you could see it because you could see it in my lifestyle, but it was always a question because nobody never had the courage to ask me what was going on or what was I doing. Mm-hmm. So my granny finally asked me, and I was gonna lie, but I told her, and from there, like me and my granny, we like this. You can't break that bond. Yeah. She even give me my injections to this day. So that's a bond that nobody will ever take from me with that lady.
How did your parents feel about it?
It took me a while to actually tell them. I told everybody around me before I even told them. So when I finally told them, I was shocked. My dad actually told me he was proud of me. Because he said he seen it in the 7th grade, but he just never really said anything to me. I was like, why, bro? That could have been a door opener for a whole nother part of our relationship. If you'd have just said something to me, what you said you had already seen for me or whatever God had already told you, you should have just came to me and told me, bro. We'd probably be far. I probably wouldn't even wait till I was 30-something to start this.
You think your life would have been way
Hell
different?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was why was you afraid? Was it the expectations that they had already set for you or
Most definitely. It was, they've already had their expectations because like I said, it was by the Bible, by the book. And like I said, now I can say now that I feel like my parents were brainwashed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And their eyes now, they're open to a lot more things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I grew up with wouldn't believe me if they didn't, if they didn't know my parents, they'd be like, nah, they didn't do all that. And they see them now, it's two totally different people, two totally different lives that, not saying that it's like changed drastically or bad, but they're more open to things. They're more understanding and they're actually taking the time to learn and understand why things are like they are now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ease on in this thing. Let's ease on in this thing. So, tell us a little bit about your childhood and how it affects you as an adult.
Well, I actually had a two-parent childhood, two-parent household, but I had a stepdad. And, the difference is, that I knew that I wasn't his kid.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just made clear that I wasn't his kid. Like, no matter how hard he might have tried, it was still clear.
I feel you.
And even after him and my mom splitting, he didn't come to my high school graduation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like a confirmation of everything that I experienced as a child. Because I left home when I was 16. You know, I did tell my parents I was gay. I like women. And it was crazy because me and my sister, we used to share a room. And when I told my mama that, she just, I don't know, wouldn't let my sister sleep in her bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and it was just like I can't believe that you would think something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I think affects me to this day is that they forget the trauma that they've inflicted.
Right.
Like it's not relevant anymore because I'm an adult or something like that. But it's affected me now as an adult because it makes me overdo in relationships trying to overcompensate when I really don't have to.
Right.
Because I'm trying to make myself be accepted. When, you know, now as an adult I don't have to, but sometimes by default I do it.
Right.
Like within a relationship or, you know, like my personal dating life or something like that. But it just, you know, it makes me feel that way.
Right.
Like I have to overdo it to be accepted.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And so like me and my brother and sister, we're extremely close. And, you know, as adults, they recognize like the struggle and things that I had to go through. Right. You know, and they do see the value in our relationship as adults.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I do have some reservations against my parents. Because when I think about it, you know, like now I'm struggling with trying to decide to go to the doctor because I think I have ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know, and when I mentioned it to my mom, she was like, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you." And I'm like, "Well, as an adult, I do think that I have a very hard time focusing."
But that's the same thing that I tell you all the time is sometimes our parents are so stuck in that generational curse and how they was raised up that no matter how many times the world changed around them or is changing around them, whatever they have been taught or whatever they learned, that's what they're gonna stick to.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna stick to.
That's their blueprint. No matter how many times you try to tell them that the sun is yellow or the sky is blue, the sun to them is going to be blue and the sky is going to be yellow.
It's going to be yellow. That's what they think.
So sometimes as an adult, we just have to
make decisions.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you this.
Have courage.
I had to stop talking to my granny for a whole year.
I feel that. I actively do not talk to my dad because he's crossed boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I've set personal boundaries and he's, you know what I'm saying, violated them. And so, you know, you can only tell a person so many times how to treat you before you decide, you know, hey, this is not going to continue.
Right.
You feel me? So, you know, I've set the boundaries. I don't do nothing other than the boundaries I've set, and I'm real strong and I'm real adamant about it. And it's just, you know, up to me. I feel like it's up to me to be maybe like the protector for my siblings,
right?
To make sure that they have a easy time, because I didn't, and I'm already doing it and done it.
You have younger siblings?
Mm-hmm.
Like how young?
They like 27 and 28.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I'm saying, but they still learning and going through life. But we were so sheltered that we all didn't get a chance to have that fulfillment.
Yeah, as kids.
Yeah, so that's why I say, that's why I was saying in the beginning, you know, a lot of this stuff that we do as adults is just a trickle from when we were kids. We didn't get to have XYZ. That's why, like now, for Christmas, me and my siblings are gonna get a Game Boy. I'm gonna get us a Game Boy, something that we wanted all our whole life. And we never got it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you look back, it's like, dang, that could have been easily obtainable. Because we, like we said, we would have been fine with one present rather than all of the stuff that you decided that you wanted us to have.
Right.
You feel me?
A lot of parents have kids to relive their lives.
Yeah.
A lot of parents have kids to get a do-over. They live their life through their kids.
Yeah.
So automatically, because I danced and I failed at it, you're gonna dance and you're gonna excel at it because I know where I messed up at, so I know how to fix you. Or because I played volleyball, you're gonna play volleyball.
Yeah.
But I failed at it. Everything that our parents already have expectations because they're trying to get a redo.
Yeah, and I see that in my sister. And so that's why I say it's my duty to protect her and the family from generational things continuing,
Generational
the same
curses,
patterns and stuff to be continuing and stuff like that. Like we're not gonna get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not something that's gonna happen. But you know, Shari with a Z. Enough about me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. What's up? Hey. Nah, okay. Well, as you guys know, I was given away at birth as well. I was given to my great-grandparents, actually. And not to make, my grandmother or my mother feel bad about anything that they did in my life or anything like that, because they didn't know. And I understand that they didn't know. But as a child, living with my grandparents as a only child, and then one of my grandparents passed away, it forced me to have to go live with my grandmother because my grandfather moved to Colorado. So the lifestyle that I had there, I didn't have when I moved with my grandmother. So it was a drastic change. It went from me being a happy child to getting whatever I wanted, not wanting for anything or whatever, to now I no longer have 2 rooms. I have 1 room that I have to share now. And I'm not understanding what's going on, why this is transitioning. Then you go to a household to where you begin to get cursed out and yelled at, and this become normal to you, to where this is the only love language that you know, type thing, right? So financially, we had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, financially, we had it. I was literally 30 before I found out what real love was. I thought being called B's and H's was okay. I thought that was fine. I thought that fighting and being upset all the time was okay. I thought it was fine. And I never paid attention to the signs when people would be like, "You're so pretty, but your attitude make you ugly." I didn't understand that because I didn't know what they was talking about, because this is what I was used to. This is what I was accustomed to. But after a while, I had my auntie and I had my uncles. My aunties and my uncles showed me a whole nother side. Like, it was just like, you're okay to be yourself. You're okay to, you can hang out with these people. You can do this, you can do that type thing. Like, it was different. And as far as my family, my cousins, like, everybody know we got a big family. And we was literally all raised up together. It was never like, even though they had a house over there, everybody was at my granny house, or everybody was at my auntie and my uncle house type thing. Like, at one point in time, it was probably 4 families living in one house type thing, because my granny was waiting on her house to get together or get fixed or whatever. One point in time, we was literally staying upstairs, downstairs from each other in the same unit type thing. But being raised in a household to where all you seen was fights, literally, like fighting all the time, each other, You know what I'm saying? Each other. And then you go visit other people's houses and they're sitting there normal, sitting at the table, watching TV, playing games, going to church. And you sitting here thinking like, what's wrong with my family? Why we don't do that type thing?
Right.
And after a while, they'll tell you that I always been a child that I'm going to ask you something. And if you say no, I'm still gonna do it anyway.
She still do that as an adult. Forget a child.
Yeah,
she still do that crap as an adult.
I would ask for certain things, or I would ask to do things, and they would tell me no, and I would still do it. So after a while, though, it became to the point to where I started to not express myself because I was getting so many no's, and all of this stuff just like build up.
Because you never talk about it.
And I resented my mama for so long because I felt like if you wanted a daughter so bad, why was it so easy for you to give me away? And then when you gave me away, every time I tried to fix our relationship, it ended up going wrong, going left. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where my attitude was so bad, I was pregnant. And I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story. I was pregnant and I ended up running my car into her garage. This was literally right when I came home from college. I got pregnant, ended up staying with her. In my mind, it was because you didn't do right by me, you can do right by your grandchild. I'm having a girl, you get a do-over, you get a redo type thing. But she still wasn't ready for that. And because my granny, she did no wrong in my eyes because I didn't understand what she was doing at the time was actually affecting me negatively. I didn't understand it until I was grown. So as a child, she did no wrong in my eyes. I would always run to my granny to be my savior. And I would tell my granny what happened. And, of course, that would cause my mama and my granny to get into it.
Oh, Jesus.
And when they get into it, it wasn't like a simple get into it, just have words. It was get out the kids got to jump in to help type thing. And that caused so much trauma, so much anger, so much everything in my life to where it was just like anybody said anything wrong to me, I'm fighting. It don't matter what you say. If you call me the B word and I'm thinking that's love, I'm still going to fight you because you not my granny. You not my mama. So why are you calling me that? It became a trigger to me. So all these years, it took me to 33 to realize that my family, I had to kind of remove myself from them to continue to get myself together. And it's certain things that still trigger me. But as far as me and my mother, our relationship now is better than what it was ever. Yeah. It's better than what it was ever. Like, I can call my mama, I can talk to my mama. Believe it or not, when I tried to commit suicide, my mama was the one that came and, pulled me out the shower, laid me on the couch and was like, what's going on? I'm going to have to get you some help, blah, blah, blah. And my auntie came too. But because I still had so much anger built up with my mother, it was just like, get out of my house, get out. You can't tell me what to do. But when my auntie came, it was just like,
yeah, relief. But really,
you know what I'm saying? Because my auntie, everybody thought for a long time my auntie was my mama.
Do you think about that now, her and how she was trying to save you?
Do I think about
like her? I need to save you. I need to get you some help. Like, does that
her being the one to actually say, I need to save you.
Yeah, her.
I need to get you some help. She stepped up at that moment. Do you feel, like now, any different?
I do, because for one, I see the change in my mother. Like, not to put her business out there when we was younger. When we was younger, my mother, she didn't do drugs, but she did. She drank a lot because she was going through a lot. And that will make her so evil, make her so mean. And she doesn't do that now. Like, she's not that same person that she was, to where when she drinks now, it's like she's may get upset a little bit, but she'll go in her room and lay down. It's not, I'm upset now, I'm finna fight everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's, I respect her for now, because at first I couldn't take her serious.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even look at her as my mother. My granny used to be like, that's still your mama. She birthed you. No matter what she did, that's still your mama. But in my mind, I tell my granny now, like, you my sister because your mama and your daddy is my parents.
Right.
Per my birth certificate, like, she my niece. So she need to do what I tell her to do type thing. You know, and I only do that because I think it's funny, because they tried to hide the fact that they tried to hide the birth certificate when I asked for it. And then when I finally got it and I seen that, it made me feel some type of way, because
How old were you when you got the birth certificate?
when I got ready to go to college.
So the whole time you thought that they were your parents?
Okay.
She knew that she had that was her mama, but she didn't know on paper that her mother had actually signed over her rights.
Yeah.
So that's what the issue was when she found that out.
So it made me kind of angry too. But then as I got older, like, yeah, I love my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Okay, I am a daddy's girl. I love my daddy. My daddy is like the coolest fella ever. The coolest fella ever. Like,
I'm a dog though.
You know,
that's pop. I'm a dog.
Like, I just stopped getting allowance.
Her big grown self.
I just stopped getting allowance. Like, I had a monthly allowance. Like, I had vacation money, like, everything from my dad. And my dad was not one of those dads that came to a dance competition or a track meet because he couldn't. Not because he physically was not able to, because of the lifestyle that he lived. He couldn't. And my uncle, Pat, actually stepped in, and I knew my mama would get mad at me because she would be like, why do you love your daddy so much type thing? You know, like, why do you praise him so much type thing? And it's because with my daddy, I never have to sugarcoat anything. Like, I didn't have to hide nothing from my daddy. Like, I can tell my daddy everything. You know what I'm saying? And it was no judgment. My daddy would be like, well, woman, it's your life. Whatever you want to do, you do it. I can only tell you this, but I'm not going to make you change your mind. So when it came to talking to my daddy, it was just like water under the bridge. Like, I know I can talk to him and tell him anything, and I'm not going to be judged for it.
Nah, for real.
He was the one, my daddy is the one that made me realize that I shouldn't be judging people because of what they've been through in their life or whatever, because everybody falls and everybody has those certain moments to where they're not the person that you know type thing, or not the person that you knew, and you shouldn't be judging them. But mentally, overall, my childhood, I would not redo it. Like, I would not want to redo it.
Redo it.
No, I would not want to redo it. Like, I would probably pick up from probably like my junior and senior year. That's when I actually found myself and found like what I wanted to do and type thing, to where I had more freedom. Like, I was a shelter child, even because I was raised as the only girl out of all these boys type thing. But anyways, I would not redo my childhood. My childhood caused me severe anxiety.
I'll probably go back to
severe depression. But no, I would not redo my childhood. So Brittany.
B. Marie.
B. Marie.
B. Marie.
B. Marie.
Tell us a little bit about that childhood, baby.
I just now realized in my 30s, I'm about to be 37 Sunday.
Praise the Lord.
And I just now realized that the things that I thought were right, I was just raised to think that they were right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was my normal, because that's what I saw. We came from Shreveport. When I was in the 5th grade, we moved to Dallas, and we fought and stuff in the country, but when we moved to Dallas, it was a different thing. Like down there is tag you it. I'm finna get you. But down here is one fight, we all fight.
Right, and
so we learned that very quick moving from the country to Highland Hills. See, when we moved to Highland Hills, we was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
You came from the ranches. So
we came from a long dirt road.
Yeah.
So now we own some streets and a neighborhood and stuff. And where we came from, it was just one neighborhood and a whole, like, it was just one neighborhood and a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Right. We picked berries. We would pick berries every season, come home. My daddy would make a berry cobbler. I was raised with my mom and my dad. I found out that I had other siblings when I was like in the second grade. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, right? Because we was at a family get together and see my aunties, they messy. And they had my siblings over there. And my siblings, they were saying, those my brothers, that's my sister. And we went home and told my mama, some kids was there calling us their brother and their sister. And my mama was pissed. But my mama was always, even before she got into church big, she was always a good person. Because then probably a week later, my siblings was over there with us. Yeah. She was more pissed at the fact that why they ain't been over here. Yeah. Ain't them your kids? Why they ain't been here with their other siblings? It ain't right for you to be here with us and you not there with them. Right. So then from that point, they came over and stuff and we spent time with them. Even when we moved to Dallas, they moved here with us. But we were raised in church. When my mom got to Dallas, we came down here with, I think, $80, $90 because we just had to get away. We had to move. My dad had lost his mama, and he was ready to move around then. And we had to live with people when we first got here, and that was very uncomfortable. We had to live with my uncle. He had a 1-bedroom apartment. It's my mama, daddy, 3 of us, and him and his girl, and they had 2 kids. Jesus. And so it was in Surrey Road. And it was just different. So then we moved to Highland Hills after that, after living with people. And that's when we had to fight, boy. We had to fight, but then after a while, my mama got saved. The kids that we fought, they became our friends. And we became like family. We still close like family now. And we went to church a whole lot. And my mom was that Kojic Church of God in Christ, small church type of thinking, don't wear no pants, you wear your skirt. And it took a long time for my mama to get out of that and to really open up to different things like the lost books of the Bible. And it's more out here. It's more out here than just what we've saw in the churches we are at.
We were.
Yeah, and for a long time I would say stuff like I've been to a church where it was full blown witches in it, and they thought, and I'm not playing. I can't make this up.
You told me.
Yeah,
you told me.
And they didn't believe me because they were so focused on that thinking, that we go to church, we go sing in the choir, we do Bible school, and we walked around the church. We don't smoke the dope, we don't drink the wine, we read our Bibles and we have a good time. Got grown, realized everybody was smoking the dope, drinking the wine.
You first of all, you're not finna get away from that song. You rewind, because you not finna get away with the march. You just did the march and everything.
I was over here mesmerized.
I was trying to wait, like, what's the song? We finna go again.
We don't smoke the dope, we don't drink the wine, read our Bibles, and we have a good time. We be walking around the church stomping, doing it around.
Hold on, that was a thing.
Yes,
that was a thing to walk around the church.
Yes,
y'all marching.
They named
that was
in the which church?
Because we were from the hood. They was trying to figure out what the name of our what's our organization gonna be. So they named us Crack.
What?
Crack.
What was the for that?
Christ reunites all Christian kids.
Okay. Yeah, you just say the whole
crack?
name. You say the whole name.
Don't give me the short version. Please give me the long version. Because you're telling me this is based with the church, but y'all name is Crack.
We had crackheads come in our home and sit down and eat sometimes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with feeding them.
And it was just
they named Crack.
Most of the kids that I was raised around, they parents were either alcoholics or they was on drugs, and they always came to our house. And my mom was like, well, what can we take bad and turn it into good? And this other lady, Sister Jackson, had us walking around church and doing that. She said, why don't we call it crack? And that's what we did. We rode everywhere on the church van. Everywhere. We went to the football games on the church van. We went everywhere on the church van. Everybody
and y'all
y'all
association, y'all was called crack.
I'm so glad I stayed on the 3400 block.
Crack.
And not the 4200 block.
No, we used to be in the front of the yard.
They stayed in College
singing
Park.
And dancing, practicing. Like, that was our daily thing. It was church. All the way up until I got grown. And I was like, well, why it ain't saying everything? Now y'all got me speaking messages. Now y'all got me on the 7-Up programs. And now I'm looking into it for myself.
Tell me about
and so why y'all just talking about the woman at the well all the time? Ain't nothing else other than that? Why y'all ain't telling us about what about Mary and Joseph? Why they ain't got I started asking questions and they scared folks.
Nah, for real, because every sermon is not supposed to end with Jesus dying the 3 days, the dying, the resurrection. And that's like every sermon. That's how every sermon seemed to have.
I started being funny.
Brittany said they ended every sermon with the woman in the wheel.
No, I'm saying hers, but I'm saying ours. But I'm telling you, the way that I'm learning now is, you know what I'm saying, it's a totally different aspect of it because God look at your heart. He don't look at nothing else.
I'm so petty, like, and I kind of held a certain type of, I'm not going to say resentment against the church people, but I seen so much in there for the people that were supposed to be the shepherds over our
Tell
lives.
me about it.
Where it made me turn my nose up at them to where I would be funny. Y'all don't ever want to preach in Revelations? Y'all don't want to answer my questions about it? I started doing it every time. I know a lot about Revelations, baby. I know about the 7 churches. I know the letters that he sent to the 7 churches. I would get up there and make all of them older people feel very uncomfortable, and they stopped asking me to speak.
Nah, we don't want her up there. We don't want her up there.
Don't ask her to speak no more.
That was my childhood. It was mostly church, and my mama kept me back from a lot. I couldn't hang around people my age because they was too fast. You know, I had to hang around people that was younger than me. And I wanted to hang around the folks that was doing what I wanted to do, but I had to hang around the little girls that wasn't there yet. And so when I left the house, I was very green. I was green. Yeah. I didn't know what was going on. And it seemed like I should have known because my brothers and them, they well known in the hood and they know stuff. Everybody kept everything away from me.
It's different with girls. It's always different with girls.
Because they kept everything away from me.
Girl.
Like,
So it was, I love a lot of things about I like how my parents fought to make certain that we had a family, and I like they grind and they hustle in it. Mm-hmm. They always made it happen for us, and they raised us to be very responsible. I can cook, you know, but certain things I was raised to take care of everybody. Yeah. Mama went to work, daddy went to work, I had to cook. I had to make sure everything was okay. And last year, I'm just getting to the point to where I'm like, I'm thinking about myself. Yeah. You know, ain't nobody thought about me. I'm always thinking about everybody. You okay? I would get up and the first thing I would do is call everybody. Everybody okay? Mm-hmm. And stuff. No. Because you know what? I'm getting in the way of whatever God trying to do with them, and I don't want God to take me out. Yeah. Like, you in my way. Get out the way. Yeah. You know? Right. Stop worrying about what I got. Because you ain't God and what you going to do about it. You know, so I'm just getting to that point to where I want to think about me and love me. And I have an amazing husband that helped me through all of this stuff. I don't know how he did with me, y'all, but he did with me every day.
Nah, for real.
So I have a good childhood, but a lot of things I have to unlearn.
Yes, right. I understand that.
I think all of us have to.
I think a lot of them say
because that was the process that I was going through was unlearning. A lot of people say, "Oh, my kids still have to be in a child's place or whatever it may be." We have an open door policy, which means
and
that
it's not about being disrespectful or anything like that. You know,
speak what's on your mind.
Speak what's on your mind. Let me know how you feel. Let me know that today is not a good day, or let me know that something at school made you feel a certain type of way, to where that I don't have to always feel like I need to take the teacher side. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to my kid, because 9 times out of 10, either I really already know what's going on, or I've already been through it, or either I know when you're trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? So
these some new kind of kids. Let's just be honest. They're not like us.
They not letting you get one past.
And they have access to everything. How can you hide anything? The only way you can be is real with your child. And when something happened, you want to be the first person that they come to. Hey, I messed up. You don't want that. You know, you want to know how you can help. Right. My son get different treatments. If I put him on punishment, I'd have made him read the 48 Laws of Power. You ain't got to read the Bible, but read the 48 Laws of Power and then tell me what you think about it. Tell me how it affects your life. Tell me how you can put that in your daily life today as a 13-year-old, because that's when the punishment, because somebody told me he too young to be learning the 48 Laws of Power. I was like, well, why? If we talking about it and we understand that these kids are way more powerful. But
they way more powerful, and they very much more advanced
they are.
So I'm
than
about
what we think. So you know, I don't mind pushing mines, and look, got one finna go to early college. Yeah. The other one is in the honor society. So now we're gonna push them, and we're gonna continue to have that open door policy so that they understand it's okay to not be okay. My kid would text me in a minute. Hey, something going on up here at school. I'm not feeling right. I know when she want to just come home, and I know when she really having a bad day, because, you know, I take them to school. So if we on the ride and we not vibing like we vibe in the morning, and I get a message later on, I know, you know what I'm saying, you really, you know what I'm saying, something going on with you, you know what I'm saying, you really need some time to yourself. You really need to just be away from people. Yeah, you need a moment. She be like, I don't know why I don't like people sometimes. I don't know why. She be like, it be my own friends. And she be like, I love my friends. But it be like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, can you leave me alone?
I need a break. Yeah.
Just get away from me. You didn't do nothing, but I just need time for myself. And she wasn't understanding it. She wasn't understanding the anxiety that she has and stuff like that. So for her to be open enough to come talk to me about it, I appreciate that, because
you're doing something right.
Not only doing something right, I don't feel like I had that as a kid, you know, to where I could just go to my parents and say, hey, man, this teacher really be tripping. I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. It was always the lying spirit. Let me go talk to the Lord.
Mine's too.
I'm finna go talk to the Lord. The Lord finna tell me if you lying. When I talk to the teacher, and it just listen to me sometime and listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
This is my thing with my kids. I know my kids, and I know what they wouldn't and wouldn't do. A lot of parents say that, right? My oldest is scary. My oldest is scary. Scary. Like, it's no reason for you to lie to me about anything, because if I find out she feel like the little pop that she got a long time ago when she was little.
Oh yeah, we had some reminiscent stories, and she told the truth about a whooping.
So my kids literally have had 2 whoopings their whole entire life, and my oldest is 14.
She'll be 15 in November.
Be 15 in November, and my youngest is 10 and be 11 in June. Right? One whooping they got is because they was playing in the shower. This was at the time when they was taking showers together. At the age they could bathe together,
they still was,
of
age.
My youngest slipped, and I'm like, a teaspoon of water can drown you. Y'all finna get a whooping. Because I said that so much, they was like,
they didn't believe it. They said, Mama ain't gonna
get no whooping.
She ain't gonna get no whooping. Go get out the shower. See her. Get out the shower.
So my oldest got out the shower. I said, go ahead and put your clothes on and bring me my belt. She started crying. Whooped her. Boom. Youngest. Girl, you normally the first one out of the shower.
Yeah, why
you
she
in here
went in that
looking
shower?
like Frosty the Snowman?
She had all the soap. She was covered from head to toe. Y'all ever seen the meme that said you got to use the restroom after you done fully lathered your body? That was her. She was covered in white. She was soap.
So I went in there. I said, I don't care. You better get all this stuff off your body right now. If you don't get out the shower, you're going to get a whoop in the shower.
She cried the whole shower when she got dressed, up until the whooping, till she fell asleep. She cried.
So she came out the shower. I whooped them for that or whatever. Like, they never get in trouble for being themselves type thing. Like, my youngest was raised by older people, right? Both of my kids were actually raised around older people. But my youngest, she can hold a conversation with an adult and because she's so intelligent, that you will be looking at her like, where did you learn that at? How did you know about this? Or
I
how
love
did
my
you know about
conversations
that?
with
Like,
my youngest baby.
They're not normal. Like, you can hold intelligent conversations with them. Like, literally, if you ask them what they want to do, what they want to be, they can tell you and how they going to get there. The whole path, how they going to get there and how they going to do it, right? But you have some kids, because they so social media, I want to be an influencer. I want to be this. Both of my kids want to make...
They tried it. Broke that early. They tried it.
I took the phones because that's not what we're doing.
They tried it because they thought because they was majorette dancers and stuff like that. They thought, you know, we win first place and we do. Oh yeah, I can TikTok. They can follow me. We dance and I got solos, got all this. I can backflip.
Yeah.
Let's revisit this.
Yeah.
What you want to do again?
Get out of there.
Yeah. But again, I would not go backwards to my childhood. That's my final answer.
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
I redo it again.
If you give me my sophomore year,
I would just do certain things different ways.
No bills, no nothing to worry about, running around free. Woo.
Y'all know, I thought, because every time we got allowance, I really thought money growed on trees, y'all, until I got older, and I was like, well, what happened to all that money that y'all was just giving us, dishing out to us? Where all that money go? They was like, you grown now. It's time for you to make your own money.
They didn't know how to invest in. That's why I'm big on teaching the kids how to invest.
Yeah, have to
put something in your pocket,
with it.
have something to save to give to somebody if they need help, and have something to put back for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just now learning the value. And
for real.
I'm appreciative, even now, you know, of learning. So.
Yeah. That's where I'm in. Like, I'm just not learning the value. Like, I had it, still got it. But the thing was, I gave it away too easily. Oh, you want to go out? You ain't got no outfit? Come on, let's go to the mall so I can buy you something to wear. Oh, you want to go over here? You want to go out to eat? You ain't got no money? Come on.
The sad part is,
like, no.
we can all say, I'm sure sitting at this table can all say, we've touched $1 million. We've just mismanaged it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know
We've just mismanaged
Just
it. I know for a fact.
About 2 years
Figgity,
ago,
figgity
I was
facts.
getting $40,000, $60,000. I thought that was a whole bunch of money.
Do you hear me? It goes so fast.
$60,000
It's not a lot of money.
A lot of money.
It's not, bro.
It's not.
It's not at all.
We got to the point we would go to breakfast in the morning, spend $100 on brunch, then go out that night, take the boys, we go out to eat, then we go to the movies. Y'all want a shake? We done spent
we splurging at the movies, splurging when we go out.
$7 per shake. It's 5 of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody get a popcorn. Like, you get pizzas, everybody getting a pizza.
Say, back in the day, it was mom and them get the drink, me and my sister share the drink, and the boys share the drink. That's how it was. Me and my sister shared the popcorn, the boys shared the popcorn, my mom and daddy shared the popcorn. That's what it was back in the day.
Well, not for us. Not for us. Like, I don't know. My auntie.
And Trader Village was Six Flags for us.
I didn't even know what Trader Village was until recently, to this year.
To this year.
To last year.
I used to hear about it.
I didn't even know what it was until last year. Like, when I tell you that my auntie and my uncles, they would every weekend, because they play football, we cheered and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. Every weekend afterwards, we would go to the house, get dressed, go to the movies, go out to eat, something like that or whatever. Yeah. Like, we would do that every weekend. But after a while, it just died down. I don't know what happened to the family outings. It just died down. The family split up and went that way. This went that way. And we went that. I don't know. Anyway,
just
y'all.
A lot of diversity that started as we grew. But y'all know we can run on. We can run on and run on. But y'all make sure y'all tune in, tap in, follow in. If you ain't following the YouTube channel, make sure you go follow the YouTube channel. Linktree, website, all that good stuff. We still doing the back to school, so any donations, whatever that you have, contact us. If you would like to put your blog on our website, please email me or inbox me and let me know. If you would like to remain anonymous, that can be done as well. I would love to put your story on our website. It has been real. We have been very, very open and very transparent with you tonight about our childhoods. We hope that you appreciate it. And it's your main man, Mr. Malik.
It's your girl, Shari, with a Z.
You know it's easy. We about to ease on out with
And we are mentally gifted.
Some days I sit and wish I was a kid. And everybody say, when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid. And everybody say,